their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Throwing, Brissett. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Brissett. Going deep here for Allen. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Samaje Perine, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Ready. 49's a mark. Watch the back.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
6-6, pull it high.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Welsh. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hey, Orville.
From the gun, Welch. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. General West. Right. Ready.
To throw again. Welsh. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
They're on the 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
You got me. Hustle, hustle. You scared of it.
Looking to throw. Welch taking a shot for Samuel. This is intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Brissett under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, Alpha. Watch the screen. Go. Hold now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Welsh. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Get it.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Here we go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play there for L.A. 56 yards.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They toss to Pirine. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a carry for Pirine. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
Hey, come on. Watch 50. Watch the run. Watch the run.
To throw is Brissett. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Look, squeeze. Check out route. Hot. Hey, Charlie. You draw Corker.
2nd and 4. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 49's the mic, 49's the mic.
Off play action. Welch. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Welsh. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run with Hines. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Man left, man left. Everyone's got 4. 4 go.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
61, matchbox lights.
On 3rd down, Welch. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Brissett. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Come on, fellas.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Brissett now. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 12 on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Welsh, he's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it... Second down.
Derwin James on the cover.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's the backup Winston. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going. It's Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Desmond King picks it. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
23 yards, the final tally. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Brissett. He completes it to Henry. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a first down. A toss play. Here's Pirine. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second and 12, Brissett. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's third down.
Here we go. Tight end right. Tight end right.
From the gun, here's Brissett. That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
One receiver left, that's Allen. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. They'll go to Pirine, trying to pound it in. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Samaje Pirine in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
It's now second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
Defense, let's go. Bang, 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 bang. Easy. You flip it. You got tight right there. Check 20. Even.
Final play of the half here. Winston taking a shot for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 27 yards there, a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Well, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Winston. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now Winston on 4th down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. 2nd down and goal. Winston. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 10 yards out, and the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. on 2nd and 13. Brissett on the screen. This is Eckler. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Brissett on 3rd and 2. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Brissett now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And in the air once more, it's Brissett. Complete. It's Henry. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 20-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the red zone now, Brissett. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Samaje Perine, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Army. Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Sonic.
Jameis to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
At the 45-yard line.
From the 45 on second down. Brissett. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep. And this is caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Badgley on for the extra point. So that'll back him up 5. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Badgley now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go. Their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Greystone, travel. Hey, Echo. Hit it.
Back to throw. Welch. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Colts on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Winston. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Mike 49. 6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And Winston lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word and I just kept using it.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. First down, Winston. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The Colts on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to...
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's Eckler, and he's got room. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
Winston now. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. They're in the 4th quarter in Denver, and that lead there for the Rams is extended. They just scored again. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Let's go. Let's go. Right over there. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Allen's got it complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, they do finish things out with a victory here in the final week, but the victories were few and far between as they'll end the year 5-11. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.